wabarakatuh. Eh,
Waalaikumsalam.
Hi, Miss Vena. I'm here to presentation about the comparison of learning concentration levels between students with sufficient sleep duration and those sleeping less than 6 hours with my team. Uh, there is Galan Mufid Azhar, Bintang Naifa Azhar, and me Panji Hezar Ramadan Supri Jopi. Uh, Background, the student sleep crisis. Shorter nights make critical thinking and increasingly difficult. Modern university students frequently compromise their essential rest periods due to a complex intersection of demanding academic schedules and nighttime habits. Cognitive decline without adequate sleep, cognitive processing power slows down and focus begin to scatter. Memory retention, the brain's capacity to consolidate and store new information is significantly impaired. Revenge bedtime procrastination. Many students trade vital sleep hours to regain personal time through late night social media browsing. Nah, research methodology. We use the research methodology we use is quantitative cross-sectional approach. The students employs a structured statistical approach to evaluate individual habits and focus trends among active students. First, data collection, primary data gathered using online Google Forms distributed to 30 university students across Indonesia. And then instruments, time tracking, questions paired with a 5-point Likert scale to assess perceived academic concentrations levels. And the data analysis evaluated through descriptive statistical analysis and Pearson product moment correlation using software tools.
Pindah dong. Moving on to our findings, let's look at the baseline reality of our respondents. We surveyed a diverse group of 30 active students, with a majority 70% being female. What is truly staggering here is the nightly rest duration. As you can see on the chart, over 53% of our sample students sleep for only 4 to 5 hours at night. This is far below the recommended 7 to 9 hours required for young adult cognitive recovery. This data confirms an underlying trend of chronic sleep the deprivation trend of chronic sleep deprivation within the student body, which serves as the foundation for our comparative analysis. Next.
Next.
Now, how does this lack of sleep actually impact concentration? We categorize our data into two groups: those white in the adequate sleep and those white sufficient test. Looking at the mean scores, the adequate sleep group record a higher average focus of 3.57 compared to 3.41 in the deprived group. Furthermore, notice the standard deviation. The sufficient sleepers have a lower deviation of 0.50, which indicate that their focus is much more stable and consistent throughout the day. In contrast, the deprived groups show much higher variance, suggesting that their concentration levels are unpredictable and prone to sudden drops. Next. To conclude our analysis of the focus level, let's look of the extreme scores. The most critical finding is the minimum score recorded. The absolute lowest focus score of 1.8 was identified exclusively within the sleep-deprived cohort. This tells us that while some students can get by on little sleep, several concentration crash, the kind that lead of total distraction during lectures, only happen when the brain is fatigued. Essentially, our data suggests that adequate sleep acts as a protective shield. It doesn't just improve your affect focus, it prevents the drastic mental failures that hinder academic success. Next, Panji.
Analyzing the academic performance gap. In this section, we highlight the difference between students with inadequate sleep and those with sufficient sleep. The lowest focus score, 1,8, was found only in the sleep deprived group. Meanwhile, the adequate sleep group had a mean focus score of 3,57, showing more stable concentration. The conclusion is that adequate sleep acts as a protective shield against drastic concentration failures. Next. Okay. In this slide, we see the Pearson correlation analysis. On the left side, the statistical coefficient are shown. The correlation coefficient are equals 0,12, which means there is a very weak positive relationship between sleep duration and academic focus. The p-value is 0,52, which is greater than 0,05, so the correlation is not statistically significant. On the right side, we see the scatter plot. Each yellow dot represents one student's data point, showing their sleep hours and focus score. The dashed blue line is the trend line. It has a slightly positive slope, but the points are spread widely, which explains why the relationship is weak and not significant. So when we read this graph, we conclude that although there is a small positive trend, it is not strong enough to be statistically meaningful. Next. There are three main reasons why the correlation is not significant. First, the sample size is small, only 30 participants, which limits statistical power. Second, the variance in data is low because most students sleep between 4 and 7 hours, so there are no extreme differences. Third, confounding variables such as motivation. The third, confounding variables such as motivation, caffeine intake, and study environment may overshadow the effect of sleep duration.
So yes, that's all from my team. I hope sorry for my mistake and my other team mistake in this presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I just had to let you know you're